I actually put my name in
the national champion is clad in big orange.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The national champion is clad in big orange.
Pat Summit and Destiny have met 7 times before. Tonight is number 8.
Tennessee Volunteers have wrapped up an SEC outright regular season title. Connect with
the SEC runs through Rocky Top. Tennessee wins the SEC regular season crown for the 2nd consecutive season.
the 1-0. Indiana, right center field. Ross on the move. Ross get there. Tennessee walks it off. It's a mismatch. Deep three. Come on now. Man, don't connect. Probably trying this time. Indeed. New hand jam. Down the middle. Got it. The fly is high and again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hey, how much fun is this?
Man, Rocky Top, this is college football at its absolute best.
College athletics at its absolute best, man. Welcome in to another episode of the Vol Fanatics Show. I am Michael, my co-host Skylar, back with me tonight after going to the Vols game last Tuesday night, man. Skylar, welcome back, and how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm so glad they actually played good for me because, boy, we got a lot to talk about. No, it was a good time. Thank you for letting me go do that. Spend some time with the family. It was actually my brother's birthday that night, and that's how he wanted to spend it. So anytime, like, to put in perspective, I'm like the big sports junkie in my family. Like, honestly, nobody else could care less about a sport. My brother, especially this one, is a big outdoors guy. Like, he loves fishing, hunting, and whatnot. So when he said, "Hey, for my birthday, I want to go to the game," I dropped everything. I said, "You know what? Yes, like, I'll be there." So got to go do that.
Absolutely.
It was an amazing game. We screamed, "You get nothing!" like the whole night because it's a reference. If you know, you know. No, it was a fun time and had a good week. Michael, what about you, my man? How have you been?
Man, it's been a fantastic week so far. Starting a new schedule at work this week, and I get 3 days off at the beginning of the week. Granted, I do work longer days towards the end of the week.
That's right.
I get to spend that extra day with the family. So it's been a great week so far, man. Got to watch a little bit of ball this week and get to see and talk about kind of what Tennessee football has been doing in the offseason so far.
What have they been doing? What has anybody been doing? Like, what is this?
Well, let's just say this. Saturday was a huge day for Tennessee, but we're going to get right
Terrible
into all
day for Penn State.
It was. We're now the Tennessee Nittany Vols, but we'll talk all about it. But Skylar, before we do that, will you give us our presenting show sponsor?
Yeah, I guess I could. It's Chris Smith Insurance. You see it up there at the top of the screen. It's, as a homeowner, Chris Smith was once let down by an insurance company. So he started his own agency where instead of feeling like a big company is fighting against you, you'll know that your agent's fighting for you because he's been there. He's been part of that. All insurance is not equal. Trust the Chris Smith Insurance today out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Give him a call at 865-272-3387 to get your quote. Not tonight, but maybe first thing tomorrow. As Chris is not just going to find you the best rate, he's also going to find you the best coverage. Because at the end of the day, if that accident were to happen, the reason why we have insurance, right, to protect our belongings, you don't have to constantly worry about if you're properly covered or not. You're going to have that peace of mind knowing that everything's going to be just fine. And we appreciate you, Chris, for your continued support, being a day one supporter.
Yeah, so looks like we already got Misty in the comments. Yay, talking about the big weekend that Tennessee had. But let's get right into the rundown. As first off, we are going to talk about football. We're going to talk about Tennessee's some of their pickups out of the portal so far. We're going to talk about, obviously, as the thumbnail said, who is Tennessee's 2026 quarterback going to be this year? Because obviously you still got 2 on the roster. What's Tennessee's plan going forward? Segment 2, we are going to talk about the Lady Vols, their hot start in SEC play. And then segment 3, we are going to talk about the Vols basketball team as kind of gotten off to a bit of a slow start in SEC play. But let's get right into all of that as I'll give you our segment 1 sponsor, which is Optimal Asbestos Services. Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. Contact Jeff Moe at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today, or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, but we are going to bring in our good friend Jake Arnold to the show.
Absolutely.
Kind of get his perspective on things as well, because this is a big topic. Not just the portal, not just the quarterback for next season. All of this combined is big topics.
Yep.
So let's talk all about it. Let's just get started with some of Tennessee's pickups so far in the portal. And who are you guys most excited about that is coming in for next season?
I mean, every single guy, at least on the defensive side, because we'll get more into the show on it, but I did a pretty in-depth eval on all these guys on the defensive side of the ball, other than a couple. I'm excited about everybody on defense, with the exception of maybe the long snapper that maybe plays linebacker type deal. I didn't really hear much about him, but man, these are such different athletes. I'm glad Misty, you put a great point out there saying, I hope we make some changes. This is night and day. The kind of guys that they're putting in and plugging away with explains a lot of why you had attrition coming out of the portal. So this is all great. So, I mean, I want to ask y'all, I mean, have y'all seen a lot of these guys? I mean, is there, other than, the whale, in my opinion, Chaz Coleman, is there anybody, out there that y'all really are excited about? I know we touched on Quay last episode, but
yeah, I've got a big answer. And it's I've actually got two. One on each side of the ball. If I can do that, I'm gonna steal that.
Okay.
Go for it.
I've actually got three. All three phases here.
Kicker. One's got to be a kicker
because we got the kicker, baby. Like, come on, we got a kicker with tatted up leg sleeve.
Yep.
Come on, give me all of that. There ain't none of this like shocked look on the freaking kicker's face anymore. Like, come on, give me all of that. So, all right, that one's easy. I'm just glad to have a new kicker. But yes, Rhonda agrees with me here. Like, who can't be excited about this? Like, I'm so stoked. I've actually seen it in practice. He's kicked over, I think, a 60-yarder field goal, maybe even close to 70-yarder in practice. So he's definitely got the leg. Happy about him. I am now going to go defensive side. I am actually super stoked on TJ Metcalf, who we just picked up this morning from Michigan as a safety. I think just having new blood in the safety room is going to be huge, because he's not the only safety we picked up in the portal. And there might even be better ones that we did pick up that may even beat him out. But I think TJ, what I've seen on film so far, the guy can tackle. Not afraid to put his head down and go, especially behind the line, the screen game. He really fills the gap really well. Like, something that I feel like we've been missing for a couple of years here at Tennessee. So very excited about him. And then offensively, I'm going to go with the guy that nobody talks about, because I don't think people realize that we needed it. But it's Gavin Freeman, the wide receiver from Oklahoma State. Big guy. Well, I mean, he's 5'10", 170, but I think he was underutilized, but at the same time, he was the best productive wide receiver at Oklahoma State. So I think he has a chance to be a great rotational piece for Tennessee on the offense, but more so than anything, I think he's the kind of guy that you put at punt return and say, go make a play, and you actually have the belief that he can freaking catch and field the ball and go make a play with it, which is something that we have not had in the last year or two. So
I'm glad that you mentioned that part, because I'm not so much excited for him at the wide receiver position, because I just feel like it's going to be hard to put him, fill any sort of spot with him, considering what you are projected to bring back next year, which you've still got in that room. But yes, I think you've got a D Williams type guy coming in at punt returner, at kick returner. He's just a shifty guy. And when you give him the ball in space, that he's going to give you what you expected from Boo Carter this past year at punt returner and kick returner. Something that we saw back in 2024 from Boo Carter. A guy that if you give him any sort of space, he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to pick up something out of nothing. And even if he doesn't score, he's going to get you 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards per return, just because of his skills out there when you give him space.
Yeah, I like him in the short game. That's the one spot I can really see him being utilized, especially with throwing some screens, getting some underneath stuff, which we didn't do a lot of unless it was behind the line of scrimmage. Again, that's the only guy that I really saw a lot of hype around as far as what we got offensively. But it seems like he could fit in a way that we might not know yet. Heupel's offense is changing quite a bit, especially did this year. So hopefully, it's a good pickup for maybe an identity piece rather than a talent piece. Still looks very talented. I saw that guy hurdle like 18 people, it felt like, all over Twitter. Guy is not afraid to try to clear someone over top. So interesting one. Defensively,
yeah, I feel like he's gonna be a great gadget guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think he is a gadget guy. Defensively, I took some pretty lengthy time. That's not a sentence, but you get what I'm saying. Took some time. I wanted to really get an idea of what we're getting out of these guys. I went back and watched some high school tape. Really treated this like I'm back to the basics. We just hit July. We're looking to offer kids, and then there we are. So I like what I saw about TJ Metcalf. That guy is a bruiser.
Yes. A hard hitter. Like that's
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Prime point, you're so right. That's exactly what I'm thinking they will do. Or, there's levels concept. I like my favorite levels concept for any zone is going to be like a 5-yard dig and a 15-yard dig because of the way that it plays out if you're matching it. And I think he's a great 5-yard dig guy as a first read. So I think he'll get I do think he'll get action. I don't see how you wouldn't be able to use him. But going back to defense, I am so impressed. I cannot speak more highly on how impressed I am about these guys. I say this every show. I specialize in DBs. I've offered collegiate DBs. I know what I'm talking about, and I've worked with guys who've been in the NFL one-on-one before, multiple. And so here's
Skylar,
the deal.
Has he ever mentioned anything about this to you before? Because I've never heard it.
Kyrie Jackson, Bryce Thompson.
It's not a good time to talk about it when he went negative on the.
Hey, if there's one thing I can do is I can evaluate DBs. That is a skill. That is not luck, and that's the problem with gambling.
Here's what I already noticed when I mentioned TJ. His face immediately was like, whatever.
No, my face went to, oh crap! I forgot about the newest guy because he wasn't at one of the top of my list.
Okay, all right, never mind. I'll take it back then. I thought you didn't like my pick, and I was like, "Did you wait until he beats it?" Yeah,
these are different dudes. That's what I'm trying. The whole theme of this is we got what?
We got new blood.
2, 3, 4. I count 4 DBs out of the portal right now. I'm counting. We just got. I don't know if they're linebackers right now. Jordan Norman out of Tulane is the same size as Chaz Coleman, but they couldn't be completely different players. Jordan Norman's they say is a linebacker. The dude had 6.5 sacks.
And we just got Jordan today.
Yeah, so they're getting guys that are going to not only be immediate impact, but it's almost like you went from eating chicken and rice every day to you threw in some asparagus, you added a little bit more seasoning. You're able to do more. And
I really think Amir Campbell is going to be good too. I know he's not really had that. He's not really had that great season yet. He's kind of bounced around because I think he was at somewhere before he went to Penn State.
Yeah.
But I just think he's too talented. And
he's your Mike.
He's got to be. He's got to be. In a room where you got to replace Carter, Arion, like you got to have somebody step up and be a leader. And because I really kind of let down on what I've seen from T-Lander this last season.
Yeah.
And he's got to take a step forward too. He's got to be that leader, that vocal leader, which I think T-Lander possesses that vocal leadership. But, okay, you got to go show me on the field too. So
my hot take, and I hope this isn't the case, I think T-Lander gets benched.
Good. But I think the position is too rotational to just straight up bench somebody.
Well, you're running a 4-2-5 now.
True.
Again, I want to go back.
But even then, you've seen Ben Bolton and whatnot get out there. You've seen Perlotti.
You're going to rotate, and you're not going to always be in a 4-2-5. You're going to be in a 4-3. But to me, I'm like putting together what I'm seeing. I'm like, man, we've got at least out of all these guys that transferred in, I think 4 of them will start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
it's like half your defense. You got 11 guys on the field.
And I'll pivot. Like, what would you grade Heupel's portal season so far? Like, what would you grade?
Can I take away offense?
No. Like in general, total. What
I would
is the
say
grade?
Overall, it's about a B+.
If I'm doing a scale of 100, I'm at an 89.
That's about a B+.
That's a B+ too. Yeah. But I actually give him an A-.
You could.
Because the only thing that I think people are sour about at this point is quarterback.
Well, you need a running back.
I feel like you're going to get one. I feel like there's some guys there that are still, considering Tennessee. I just feel like they're trying to, at this point, pick the right one.
Let me say this. If the offensive tackle we picked up, is it Williams?
Ori Williams.
Yeah. If he is decent to where, you drop Lance Hurd, you pick up Williams, and you're kind of back to square one.
Yeah.
Yes, you need some depth pieces on the line, but
Ori Williams will not replace Lance Hurd. I want to.
So who do you think steps up?
No, I'm saying he will. They're different. I don't think Ori is that dude.
I don't think Lance was that.
He's all SEC. It's hard to believe. That's a
but
big
he had
loss.
penalties. Okay, like I'm not.
It could be some random dude. I mean, who knows?
I'm not worried about it. Okay, I guess is what I'm
when I don't
at.
have a quarterback. That's why I'm not at an A grade, because if we include what our need is, and heck, they could go out and get Jordan Seaton. But that's like.
But I think they did a great job going out and getting your needs. Quarterback, y'all are saying is a need, but I don't see it as being a need. You have to have 3
scholarship quarterbacks. I'm just going to continue to say it.
I don't agree with that comment. I think that is a.
You're one injury
I think that is
away
an
from having a really bad
I think that's an
season.
Industry standard that people have just fallen back on.
I agree.
But if you're actually down to your 3rd scholarship quarterback in a season, it's a wash anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I'm just saying,
because there's other quarterbacks in the room. Granted, they're not scholarship, okay, but you have 2 on scholarship, and you still have the chance. And I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. Like, the Joey stuff isn't over. Yes, you have to plan as if it is.
It's not, but it's leaning towards, he's not coming back,
and that's fine. But I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that from the judge. So. At this point,
here's the thing about that. The scheduling behind that, they moved it to where the first chance that they come into a courtroom is going to be after the transfer portal cutoff date. And here's the thing for me. If I'm going to get another quarterback in this room, I want him in before, I believe it's Sunday, whenever the portal officially closes, as far as when players can enter the portal. But at that point also, if you don't have somebody by that time, they cannot come in and register for classes until after the spring semester is over with. So they're not going to be in here practicing with you until summer ball. So at this point, I want to know who that 3rd guy is, because I do think that you do need a 3rd guy in the room. Now, I'm not saying that this 3rd guy needs to be the starter by no means, because we're going to have this discussion here in a few minutes. I think that your starter could be one of the 2 guys you've already got in the room, but you need that 3rd guy, and I think you need him before Sunday when the portal closes, so he can at least be on campus, getting snaps, learning this offense, all that good stuff.
I mean,
and I'm going to get to Matt's comment here, because, he's not wrong. Quarterback is very important. But I also watched Josh Heupel take a guy named Joey Aguilar, who nobody even knew his name until after the spring portal closing, and Nico leaves you on a dime. And at that point, you're almost having to go with Joey Aguilar. You really couldn't go get anybody else. And he ends up being the leading passer in the SEC. I think if a guy can go do that with that, at this point, I don't even, I hate to say I don't care who's at quarterback, but I just trust whoever Josh Heupel puts there. At that point.
I don't disagree.
You don't have any, known product is the problem. You see what I'm saying? At least
no, but you didn't know. The only known product you had in Joey was that he was turnover prone. So,
But what I'm saying is you at least you had works complete out of Joey Aguilar versus right now I'm looking at the roster. It'd be 2 true freshmen or 2 redshirt freshmen and 1 true freshman, or it would be your 3 quarterbacks. Some kid named Mason Phillips out of Northview Academy in Kodak, Tennessee.
I'm about tired of paying people $3 million for the first 2 years while they sit the bench just for them to transfer anyway. So, honestly,
I'm ready to settle for a $500,000 quarterback with a little bit of gas in him.
That fact, because that's
what I want.
What the coaching staff has done is actually exactly what I wanted them to do. It appears that we have put all of our resources on the defense, because by God, we made the playoff when our quarterback didn't even eclipse 2,000 yards passing. Okay, we built that playoff team based off running the ball and defense. So by God, obviously it would help to have a quarterback that's decent, that makes good decisions. But at the end of the day, it's the age-old saying of defense wins championships. I don't care what this new style of just spread offense is. Like, at the end of the day, if you don't have a competent defense that can get the stop in the fourth quarter that you need, because quite frankly, the only reason why we weren't a playoff team this year is because we couldn't kick field goals and we couldn't stop the freaking offense or the opposing team. So no, I'm a little bit more optimistic on the class this year. I do think it does dinged because obviously there's a quarterback question at Tennessee, but I'm just so at ease with, like, at this point, Heupel and Halsley have just won my trust that, like, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback. It doesn't. Like, I feel like if they trust them to lead their offense, they're going to be productive. It's just part of it. Like, I don't know, but maybe 5 years of watching that offense and 5 different quarterbacks run it, and it's been a competent top 20 offense, I think, every single season. So, like,
they're gonna get the best out of whoever is playing that position. Because I mean, you look at Joe Milton, what he was at Michigan and what he ended up being his 1 year starting at Tennessee. He played fairly well. Granted, yes, he had a problem overthrowing the deep ball. Granted, he could not throw over the middle very accurately. He also had receivers that could not create separation, making it harder for him. And now you look in the pros, he's done some decent things whenever he's gotten playing time, but he's also gone back to some of those things we saw at Michigan. We look at Nico, who is a 5-star coming in that frankly was just not very good. He did not live up to the 5-star rating, but Josh Heupel got everything out of him that he could in that one season.
By the way, Nico, redshirt freshman, same age as George McIntyre when he took over the offense. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like we're as big of a need at that position.
I agree.
As it's being made out to be. Yeah, like, it is nice to have a 5th-year starter or whatever and the experience that comes behind that. But at the end of the day, like, got to trust the guys that we're recruiting. Like,
and I mean, truly, if you take out just the fact that one gripe of Tennessee doesn't have a running back or a quarterback, well, I mean, they have a running back, but, that's the only depth.
I think they have a couple running backs. I don't want to, like, overlook another guy in that room, but he showed some promise late in the season.
Yeah. But, again, I think if you take away all that and you just look at the defense, it is disgusting what they've done. This is an A+ to me on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll agree with that.
Yep.
And
that's what I guess that's my thing is I think that should outweigh the quarterback only question here. And that's why I went with A-. But yeah, I mean, defensively, you've done exactly what they needed to do. In fact, I wouldn't even mind if they went and got another cornerback. They've gotten 2 safeties, a cornerback, or 3 safeties and a cornerback. I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
they've got a couple of guys. I mean, Quay's a safety. You've got Kayan, who's going to be a corner. He's going to be your field corner. You've got DeJuan Lane. DeJuan Lane is fascinating to me. I'm just going to go down this list and talk about what we picked up. Obviously, we got TJ Metcalf.
Yep,
guy's going to be a bruiser. I've watched a little bit of him. Guy's going to be able to play big, 6'1", 190. He's probably every bit of 200 now. DeJuan Lane, man, he's what, 6'2", 215, playing safety.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Big, and so I evaled him actually a little bit. This guy ran a sub 11 100-meter dash. That's stupid. It ain't killer speed, but that's stupid for the amount of length that he has on himself. Super versatile. I really like what I see. He will come up and hit the ball in the hole at safety. Crashes really hard. I can't remember the guy who played for Clemson. Isaiah Simmons type of prototype.
Yeah.
Is the way that I see this. Really like that guy. There's not a lot of film on him, though, whatsoever. The guy played quarterback out of high school from the Maryland area. I know they play some real physical football. I'm not worried about this guy coming up to hit in the slightest. Only thing I've not really seen out of him is he a sure tackler. In a perfect world, my safety is only cleaning up. Kay and Lee, I mean, I know what I'm getting out of him. He's a sure tackler. He's a field corner. He's a vet. Okay. This guy will play the boundary. He's not as he's explosive, but he's not got speed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very, very good in short space. 5'10", 160. They even say he might be 155. That's tiny. But he is a very sure tackler. He will get it done. He's able to track hips and get them down. I think, is it Amari Campbell? I think is the guy's name.
It's Amari Campbell.
Yeah, I thought that's how you say it. I mean, he's he's interesting. I think he's a true Mike. I mean, speed for his size. I mean, he's a little bit faster for having kind of a stockier build. Super high motor. He's not as explosive as I would think. Like I think he's more explosive than T-Lander, but they're very similar. But I mean, he's great for gap integrity. When you start getting down to this list and you start looking at defensive linemen, we are a lot more versatile in who we need to play where. So we're going to be able to run more stunts, which just means that you're going to have guys like, linebackers, safeties coming down and blitzing in ways that you're not typically used to seeing because we had such I guess a niche for too high shell. So I liked Xavier Gillum. I didn't get to see much on him other than his high school highlights. I have an all caps great bend, which to me just means this guy can engage on contact and stay under leveraged. The kind of the way I saw him, a good motor. He's more of a slasher though than a mauler. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So again, he's 6'2", 300 according to that. So a 300-pound slasher sounds nice to me. Short arms, and then I put in quotations Will Campbell because at the end of the day, it didn't matter for him. I mean, again, this is a pretty highly technical breakdown in my opinion, from what I could gather. I tried to be as good about the SWOT analysis as I could. Chaz Coleman, all caps freak. He's just activated. The guy has the ability to lose no movement anywhere. I'm super excited about what he brings to the table. I think the guys over at Penn State were saying some things like, "Oh, he's the next kind of rusher like Micah Parsons." No, this is a different player, man. This guy's a lot more finessey than Micah, and if he can get it down, man, you're looking at maybe a number 1 overall pick.
He's already got one of the best nicknames on the team, and this was a nickname that Jim Knowles gave him, the Chasmanian Devil.
Yeah, I mean, what he is able to do. There's a pretty in-depth breakdown on him already. He's just young. He's going to be a freak. And
he doesn't have a lot of college film on him yet, but just the talent that he brings and the potential that he has, oh man, it's out of this world.
James Pierce had to sit. Just think about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like these guys just 1 year and man, I'm an 18-year-old and I'm 6'4" and I'm still figuring out my body. No. You give them a year or two to sit there for hours on a day, every single day, and figure out how to get their bodies right. Mm-hmm. This kid is phenomenal. I mean, I've not seen a D end that is this athletic before. I'm just really shocked by what I see on film. And then you get the polar opposite. You get Jordan Norman, who they say is a linebacker, but again, had 6 sacks. And he's more tighter frame. He's just going to run through your face. And he's going to get sacks doing so.
Yeah, they have him listed on 3 as an edge. So, I mean.
Yeah, he was again, you see what I'm saying? There's a lot that's kind of coming together on the exterior. Xavier Gillum, to me, is, again, we know he's a tackle. But let's see.
Everyone mentality for the portal. Anybody that leaves your program, bum. Everyone you bring in, stud.
Yeah,
I know that's the mentality. I actually don't. I mean, I know the reality is that's actually not the case. Because there are some guys, especially that even if you don't know the moment that they hit the portal, they actually turn into the guys that you kind of like look back and be like, man, I really wish that he wouldn't hit the portal. And I've got one big name in Jacoby Thomas. Which I am the first one to say I hated that he left to begin with because I went to Oklahoma game when he laid the wood to that kid on the sideline, and when he hit the portal, I'm like, dude, that was the hardest hitting guy we had. Like that sucks, And like, so what if he blew a coverage here or there? He would hit the running back so hard that he would think twice before making it to the second level. Like it's just things like that. But with that being said, I mean, we talked a lot about the transfers. Let's talk very briefly about the incoming freshmen in this signing class that actually broke top 10 in the nation. I believe it's 9th overall in on 3 rankings. But who's the guy coming in from high school that you think can make the biggest impact on the 2026 season?
Oh gosh, I mean, well, impact is
you immediately went to Tristan Keys, right?
Impact's different than. Let me pull up the. I forget. I just forget who he landed. Yep. I mean, obviously, I think Faison. I mean, to me, that's the guy who could have the most.
You think
impact.
He's got a chance to?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he can level a ball. And so that's my kind of thought is like, it's funny that my boss that I work for did quarterbacks over, I think at Purdue, Western Kentucky, and Tennessee with me. Well, he was doing other things, but he's like, it's impossible to evaluate a quarterback. It's like, it's really hard. And a lot of it comes down to what you can get out of film. I mean, I don't think we're just offering nobodies. I think that there's a reason why these guys translate, and I think that Heupel takes a lot of time. I think that's also why Sam Levitt was there for forever. Is I think that he was trying to they weren't just talking business. Now, yeah, you want to talk business, but at the end of the day, you want to figure out how this guy thinks, how is he calibrated, and so I'm just looking. I mean, I'm pulling the list up. Faison to me is an obvious number one.
I'm gonna go Gabriel.
Wyatt, yeah,
I'm gonna go Gabriel Osinda.
He could be, but
I think he's got a chance. He's got to add. I think he's got a chance to really step in when a time where Lance Hurd dips. He's got a chance to compete.
He needs to lose some weight.
He is 345 as an offensive tackle, but I mean, early enrollee, he'll shed that. He'll shed that by spring. There's no
surely. I mean, like I said, he's still a kid.
Yeah,
the thing is Trey Smith and David Sanders didn't really come in with all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
David Sanders probably gained weight in college.
Yeah, I mean, David Sanders looked like he could legitimately be a fullback. I mean,
yeah, he does.
I mean, seriously, but he was just 7 foot tall. He was insane. But I don't know. I do think. I mean, we're talking about a guy. I mean, we're saying he's huge, but the guy's also 6'7.5" is what they listed. I'm gonna give him 8. I mean, the dude's 6'8" as a tackle.
Yeah.
So I think that's my pick.
So I'm going to go with the Skylar approach here. I'm going to go with an offensive guy, and I'm going to go with a defensive guy that I think can make an immediate impact. Offensive side, I'm going to go Joel Wyatt. He comes in, he's listed as an athlete. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they haven't necessarily gone after a running back as hard as some people think that they should, because maybe they're going to transition him to more of a running back type role with the amount of wide receivers that we've got in the room so far. So that'll give you, Deshaun Bishop, obviously, you got DeJuan Morris behind him. Maybe Joel Wyatt's going to be that third guy, kind of go from inside the room instead of trying to get a guy out of the portal. So that could be an instant impact. And even if they move him to a wide receiver position, I feel like he's going to be kind of a gadget guy, similar to what we think what's his name, Gavin Freeman, kind of like what he's projected to do this year. Maybe he could be that instant impact player. Defensive side of the ball, I'm actually going to go with Jordan Carter in the D line. Obviously we've got some good guys coming in out of the portal so far. Had several guys leave to the portal, leave to the NFL draft as well. I think Jordan Carter at 6'3", 245 could come in and make an instant impact on the defensive line this year.
There it is. Yeah, well, that's all I had for this segment as far as football talk goes. Obviously, in my opinion, I'm a little bit more optimistic, I guess, on the transfer class than you guys are. But
let's go a little bit more in depth on this quarterback right here. So
let's do it.
Who we think Tennessee's 2026 quarterback is going to be? Let's look first off who we have in the room. Obviously, we got George McIntyre, we got Faison Brandon. George has spent a full season under Josh Heupel in this system. Granted, he has not got any sort of meaningful snaps whatsoever. Played pretty well in the spring game, but he has not seen the field. He's a prototypical quarterback as far as his size goes. I think he could go out there and he could lead Tennessee's offense, and they could have a successful year under him. Do I think it's going to be a world beater type of year where Tennessee's offense is going to be number one in the nation, along with having a pretty good defense? I don't think we're to that point yet, but you never know. What say you guys on George McIntyre?
I mean, he's okay. He's okay. I think it's Faison. I don't think that I've not seen much out of George. I've seen him throw maybe one or two deep balls. I just think when you put the film on Faison, if you're telling him, hey, you can be the guy now, and we've recruited a winner, I mean, he's going to do everything he can to win that job. I'm what do you think was pitched to him? You're going to be next up. You're going to be next up, right?
Or a chance to be next up. Yeah.
But everybody knows a chance means I can get it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking on three. They say he reminds them of Geno Smith, which is a terrible, terrible take. Not on 3-2-4. I think I said 2-4-7. But I don't know. The guy to me is like the opposite of Joe Milton. I don't think this guy is going to throw an out of control football, but I don't think he's going to have the ability to just rip one deep the way we think he can because he's a freshman. I don't know. are we prime point? Do we think that George is the guy just because he has a high ceiling? I mean, because the guy that we have coming in behind him has a
I
higher
haven't
ceiling.
answered yet.
No,
I haven't.
I was
answered
throwing
yet.
George.
Hang on.
Yeah, I was just throwing George out there, because he was obviously number one option, being that he's got more experience. But Skylar, go ahead.
Are we just getting away from the fact that, I mean, before you said you don't think that the starter's actually possibly not on the roster yet. What about Ty Simpson?
Oh, shut up!
Ty
Just
Simpson's
stop.
gone.
Now he's making me feel bad because I was talking so much hype about Ty Simpson. Yeah, no, you're probably.
Oh, so you are walking it back. All right, that's all
yeah.
right.
I'm gonna walk it back. I don't know what kind of snake oil.
So
I
y'all
was
just
sold.
went all out about how I need a good, experienced quarterback, yada yada yada, and then Ty Simpson's in your lap, and you're like, nah, pass.
No. I wanted Ty Simpson. I want everybody to know I was on the Ty Simpson train.
We talked about it in length last week as well.
We did. I was on the Ty Simpson train. The problem is
It ain't official.
He ain't. No, dude. He is gone. We have spent so much money on every other player other than quarterback. I think we're rocking with him at this point. Maybe get, like I said, a $500,000 quarterback.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly, because if that were the case, then why did we send another offer to Sam Levitt?
Because we think he's that good.
Okay, then we had the money, and you think Ty Simpson's better than Sam Levitt?
Well, it just
I don't disagree with that at all.
I was about to say, don't look at me like that. You know that's true.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think Sam Levitt is talented, but I think that Ty Simpson is a better quarterback.
You give Ty Simpson an offensive line and somebody that can run the freaking ball, where he ain't got to throw it 40 times a game.
Okay, I was thinking it through. I agree. But Sam Levitt wasn't in the picture last week.
You throw that same bag you just tried to offer to a guy that didn't even want to be here, and you throw it to the kid that grew.
You did not offer the same bag. You did.
Yes,
did not
you
offer
do,
the same bag
because you offer it to the kid that grew up a Tennessee fan and say, "Hey, man, look, we can actually make you more than your rookie contract. You come play 1 year here at Tennessee. Let's go make a playoff."
I'll agree with Jake. I don't think that they offered him the same bag. I don't think they did.
It. I think
they probably didn't. I'm saying you take what you were going to offer to Sam and you go straight to Ty Simpson.
Taryn Dickens from Western Carolina was getting texts from Tennessee fans. The dude's. Now, granted, I know some pretty.
I am so glad that Matt brought this up, because I was going to bring this guy up.
This is the guy that you're getting, though. Like, this is the guy you could spend $500,000 on, and he might be that guy, but he's not gonna.
That's it. I'm going to contact.
No. I'm fine with it, because at the end of the day, if he's good enough to win it over Fajon, and then again, I'm kind of back to my square one point of, I don't care who's at quarterback, they got my trust. But if you're trying to make that splash guy, the only other option is Ty Simpson.
Yeah. I mean, Ty Simpson, though, is more of an NFL prospect than he is a college quarterback. Like, Ty Simpson's not going to give you what he did on the legs with Sam Levitt.
I agree with that, and I think his dad being a coach is probably not going to allow him to make a short-term decision for money. I don't think his dad's wired that way. I also
think that's that.
But I think any other player would. I think any other player would absolutely be like, dude, if you can make more money playing college for a year than you could making a 3 or 4 year rookie contract, yeah, definitely do it.
Well, here's the difference. You get a 1 year contract in college. Maybe you get a 2 year. I don't know. Do we know that they're 1 year contracts?
No, college is 1 year contracts.
Okay.
Typically.
Well, you can pay me $6 million now, or I can go get paid $18 million over 3 years.
And if
see what I'm saying?
But Ty's not going to get $18 million over 3 years.
No. But you see what I'm saying is,
yes.
If you think you're going to get drafted and you think that you can re-sign after year 4.
Yes.
But
that type of money is not that type of money is like first overall pick. Like that's not realistic for Ty Simpson.
They're projecting? He was trying to get a first round bid,
right?
What is a first round contract? How much do they make?
Highly doubt. Do late first round, because if he goes first round, it is.
I was going to say it's not going to be.
Is it all first rounds the same? Because I don't think that's true either.
No, if you're a lottery pick, it's higher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Around the average contract for a first-round NFL pick is around $43 million.
And that's average. So I mean, that's not bad. But that's a 4 year. Or is it 5 year?
Normally it's 3 years.
3 year rookie?
And then you can re-sign in your 4th year because I think you get 1 more year. And then
That's what I was thinking. That's why I thought it was 4, but I see
can't
what you're saying.
remember.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't know anything about the NFL. So, I mean, that's fair. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's where it just kind of comes into you forced Ty Simpson to say no, in my opinion. Like you just
I think they did.
You think they did?
Because I mean, let's just say in theory you're at $20 million and offered him 4. That's a 4th of your team. And let's say you just offer Sam Levitt even more.
And you hired. I was going to say you offered Sam Levitt more.
That's what I'm saying is I think they're only offering kids that they're like we can get a ton out of them.
Just don't think you're going to get a ton out of Sam. I think that's going to be a big letdown for Lane Kiffin, and I hope it is.
I could see it. I mean, especially with his injury.
He couldn't stay healthy in the Big 12.
That's why I wouldn't try to I think again, Sam Levitt in Tennessee just met and said, "Can we go lower?" And
but we're talking about a guy in Ty Simpson that got his knocked the hell out every game. It felt like, and he kept getting up and kept playing. Like that's the kind of guy that I would say.
I agree. I like
as much as I hate Alabama, like that kid's a good player.
Yeah.
So,
but no, I mean back to the room. I mean George.
I know. It's Faison Brandon. I'm sorry.
That's your option number one. Faison Brandon. As far as the athletic ability, going out there game one, I feel like he would be your best option if you're going with a guy in the room. But if you're going to go out and get a guy, Matt brought up the guy that I was going to bring up, Teron Dickens from Western Carolina. If you guys, granted, I know this is an FCS guy, but have any of y'all taken a look at his stats over the 3 years that he's played?
Yeah, it's like
that's where I'll disagree with you.
To 1 interception.
I'll disagree with
guy
you
up right now. Oh my god,
he's 5'9", man.
He is small, but you look. Joey Aguilar's not that much bigger.
Do you know how many games I can play with you at the FCS level versus the FBS level? At least Joey was an FCS.
They looked at this kid and seen that he only threw 2 interceptions. That's all people were doing.
38 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yes,
3,500 yards. He's 74% completion percentage.
Immediately better than Joey Aguilar because he only has 2 interceptions. Like I'm
not saying that he's better than Joey Aguilar. I'm not saying that at all. But if you want a guy that can go out there and give you a depth piece and that can possibly compete for that spot, this is it right here.
I'm not gonna lie. If I could play your comp real quick. And maybe it's because he's wearing number 5, but he do be reminding me of Jaden Daniels. Look at these photos of this kid, man. This is terrible for radio if you are listening after the case. But like, I don't know. He's wearing number 5. It's purple. That's definitely why it reminds me of. I don't know. Whatever. Conservative Dinker.
Did y'all see that he also broke the I believe is the FCS record for most consecutive completions in a game?
You know what? Screw it. That man actually deserves $2 million. Let's drop it right now.
46 of 46, I believe it was, or 49 of 49. It was an insane stat. And that's where I'm getting at right here. He'd be cheap. There's your depth piece right there.
See, this is where he's not wrong, but it's also he is wrong.
I'm looking
because of the way the market is. I'm sorry, but paying a guy $500,000 to be a quarterback for a year, in my opinion, isn't
stupid.
Cheap.
No, that number was exaggerated. Honestly, the most I would pay would probably be $250.
But what I'm saying though is like my whole idea of name, image, and likeness wasn't this idea of literally paying a player to come play for you, and that's what it is. That is not at all what my definition of name, image, and likeness. I thought growing up was like you played for your team. And you already had that agreement on doing that, which is scholarship, whatever, food, shelter, because they get dorms and all that. But what I thought name, image, and likeness was is if you sold a jersey with your name on it, then yes, the player gets a disc or a part of that because their name actually sold that jersey. Like I thought that's what the whole idea of NIL is, and now I feel like it's so contractual that it's not even NIL anymore. And I'm waiting for like college football to actually come up with that legal term because right now they can't. They have absolutely no backbone whatsoever to kind of fight this. But like this isn't NIL. This is not the NIL that I was growing up kind of thinking about. Like because my entire life I've actually thought this like because Peyton Manning has like his whole suite in Knoxville, right? And literally Tennessee's selling point is Peyton Manning this, and there's other players. Peyton Manning's a big one, right? But like you see that all that Peyton Manning never got paid a dime I'm air quoting here. Air quoting. Peyton Manning never got paid to play at the University of Tennessee, but look at how much they use his name to go sell something else or to go get something else and use his name to get that done and yada yada. And I'm like, okay, to me that's wrong. And Peyton's, I don't have any proof, but I'm almost certain Peyton's been getting paid, just like Alabama paid all of its players before it became legal. But it's one of those things where I just thought that it was kind of like a reward thing. Like NIL was like almost a performance-based thing. Not necessarily that it was like, hey, if you scored a touchdown, you get this much money. But, if you scored a touchdown, then the fans are going to know you. They're going to like you a little bit more. If you play really well, more people are going to want to be you. You're more of an inspiration at that point to the younger generation, and they're going to want to, buy your jersey at that point. Like, that was my whole idea of NIL, and it just got blown out of proportion. Like,
that's what it's
crazy.
Supposed to be, but because there was they brought all this in before there was rules, and now that you've brought it in with no rules, it's hard to set any rules. So yes, that's the problem. Is it's supposed to be what you were talking about right now. That's exactly what the name, image, and likeness is supposed to be. But without rules, then there's nothing that you can do about it. Anybody can do anything. You can get whatever money that is offered to you for whatever reason. You can offer so much for a kid to come to your school. I mean, it's
Iron Star saying NIL is actually not the problem here. It is just the portal being the Wild Wild West, which honestly is it's
it's the agents.
Yes. I was gonna say, it's a little bit it's a little bit of both. Like it's the portal is an absolute just like nothing about it makes sense. How are you making people make decisions while games are still being played? Like, doesn't make sense to me. But NIL, I think, is a driving factor, not just necessarily the portal, but also the what's it called when you go behind I guess when you go and steal a player, like when you go behind,
tampering.
Thank you. Could not think of that word. But I think NIL has a strong thing to do with tampering in general, because like that's going on and it's completely legal to do so. It's not, but I mean, people are doing it.
It's impossible to track because at the end of the day, what it is I call Skylar and Skylar calls Michael. Well, yeah, I talked to Jake. He was just kind of interested in something. Okay, I mean that's what that is. These agents are so bad. I mean, heck, yeah, that's the problem. Is it's unregulated and there's too many active players out in this NIL space that it will ever resolve itself unless they come down to the people funding the sport themselves.
Yeah. I am glad that the COVID years aged out. We should never have to hear about that again. That was stupid. I mean, it's not stupid. I'm glad every athlete got an extra year because, I mean, it was a shortened season and whatnot. But, like, the fact that it was almost being weaponized to get another year was, in my opinion, dumb. Like, dude, you played 4 years. Get out of here. Yeah. But I don't know. That's just I'm ready to find out who's on the team come September, and let's ride. Like, there's going to be a lot of changes. I'm just going to be the first one to say, you look at the roster right now, it's still going to change a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm looking for it.
I think we may actually lose another player or two to the portal in the last 2 or 3 days that it's open. So just be on the lookout for that.
We did get a big re-sign today, as Edwin Spillman did, re-sign with Tennessee today, so he's going to be back next season. But I agree with you. I agree with you. I do think that there's going to be a couple more people hit the portal for Tennessee before it's all said and done. Because I mean, you got 6 more days before the portal officially closes, I believe. So it opened on the 2nd. It was a 15-day window, which will put the 17th, which is Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. That's whenever it closes. So that's the time that players have to be able to enter the portal. Obviously, Tennessee can still sign people after that window closes. But my big thing, as I mentioned earlier, you want to try to sign guys before that portal closes, because that's the window that you have to get guys on campus. Otherwise, they won't get to start practicing with you until summer ball, because classes will have already started. You've got to be in the classes by that time. So it's going to be really exciting to see who all Tennessee has. But we do have a national championship game to pick. But before we do that, I do just want to say thank you all so far for commenting, for watching. We got 42 viewers in here right now. I think we've seen it up to like 48, 50.
We can do better.
We can do better. But, hey, I'll take whatever we can get. But do us a favor if you don't mind. Just go to YouTube, go to Facebook, whatever. Give us a like and subscribe as well. It's completely free. All it does is help us out. As we're on the road to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I believe when I looked earlier, we were at 485, so we're 15 away. If you have not subscribed, please do that. As I mentioned, it's completely free. We're not going to blow you up with, notifications, anything like that. It just helps us out, helps get us out to more people. But let's make a national title game pick. But Skylar, do you happen to know what the standings are between the two of us before we get to that pick?
Considering I'm 0 for 8 on playoff games, you have to be winning. So,
believe it or not,
there's no shot.
Believe it or not. Give me just a second to get it.
I literally went 0 for in the first 2 rounds.
You actually won one game last week, which put us
Indiana
tied.
You didn't pick Indiana?
I went with Oregon.
As much as I've been choking this away, buddy, that's on you. There ain't no shot. There's no shot you picked Oregon.
We are tied at 117 to 44 overall.
I can't see because of Jake's big head, but
yeah. All that matters is that first number, though.
Whatever. I cannot believe you picked Oregon. That's crazy. All right. Indiana versus Miami for all the marbles. This ain't even close. Give me Indiana. Give me Indiana to cover, by the way. So I'll take them to cover, and I'll take all the sprinkles and cupcakes. This is not even hard. This is not even hard. Guys, do not overthink this. Miami is not that good. They're not that good. They're not.
I'm waiting for Michael.
They're not that good.
Here's the thing.
They're not.
If I also pick Indiana and pick them to cover, then what's our tiebreaker here? Are we going to go by
March Madness?
If you're asking for me to win, then let's do it. So.
Who won the bracket last year? I think I won the March Madness bracket last year.
I destroyed you last year in March Madness.
It's part of it. You're a basketball guy, but
yes.
That should be a good news for you. Good job. All right, dude. But I don't know what else would be. I don't know, a Super Bowl.
You know what? Let's make it interesting here. That 8.5, I think Indiana should cover. I think that they should blow out Miami, but Miami's just got something special going on. I think Indiana wins. I do want to say Indiana wins. Miami covers the 8.5.
No, I'll hang on. I got a better one. And I'll even lead this up to some of the viewers, and I'll let them kind of vote real quick. But I think if you truly think Indiana's going to win and cover, then we both pick that. The tiebreaker should be what you think the game total is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to think that Indiana wins and covers.
I think so. Win and cover as well.
Your pick doesn't matter, brother.
I'm just putting my 2 cents in.
And you're not getting $1 back. Don't worry.
So Jake, let's make this interesting. Then.
Let's start with you.
Is Indiana minus 8.5 a best bet?
Oh gosh.
Yes. Don't overthink it. Stop it. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that. Look, even Iron's Iron Star
it's the only bet. It's the only bet.
I would legitimately take an alternate bet of Indiana minus 16.5.
Ooh, I wouldn't do that. I might take 13.5.
God,
I might
take Natty
in
Miami, man.
It's just 17 points. And honestly, ain't that much considering what the hell Oregon just went through. No. Give me it's Indiana minus 16.5 because Carson Beck is benefiting from a great defense, and he is god-awful on offense. They're not scoring points. They're not. I have a hard time thinking Indiana's going to score points, but I think they'll score 24, and I think Miami may score 7.
47.5 is a disrespectful over-under for a national championship game.
I think it's under.
You think it's under?
I think it could be.
It's under all day long.
Because if Indiana wins, they win in the fashion that they beat Oregon.
Yes, but I don't think they're scoring 38 on Miami. I don't know.
Yeah, because they just slow it down. I think it's less tempo.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
So
I need to start getting my tact. Look. I'll tell you what. Indiana, Miami, game total 37.
So basically what Vegas is saying with 47.5 right here, the final score is going to be Indiana 28, Miami 20, something in that number.
Nah, Miami ain't scoring that much. I don't think Indiana's scoring that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
see, I done threw it for a loop, brother.
Well, now that I put that 28-20 number out there, man, it's
seeable and it's doable. But I just don't think I think this is going to be a very underwhelming, low scoring game.
I'm going to take the over 47.5. Wow, this will be the tiebreaker.
Then I'll take the under. If we're not having to do like an actual number, then yeah, I'll just take the under.
Yeah, we'll keep it at that 47.5.
Now, if this game starts with a pick six for India, I'm literally going to lose my snot, dude. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to absolutely lose it. Jake, how you feeling? You gonna ride the middle? Or you just gonna pick 47.5? You just.
I'm gonna say, I'm not touching this one. I'm not touching because it could be 38 to 10.
It's our tiebreaker. We have to pick.
If I pick, I'm gonna probably say 40. I'm gonna go with the over, but it's still gonna be a butt whooping.
Thank you, and I will quote the great Kirk Signetti. We don't just beat top 25 teams. We beat the shit out of them. It's a guaranteed 16.5, dude. I might put that in, actually. Hang on. What's that? Sports Action 247. Let me, promo code Vol Fanatics, by the way. No, I'm joking. No, I like it. Gambling problem, by the way.
Make sure you call that number on the screen if you do have a gambling problem.
1-800-889-9789. Again, 1-800-GAMBLER. If you can't pay the mortgage because you put $500 on this game, which is, in my opinion, just stupid. No reason to do anything like that. But everybody has their hobbies. I get that. But if it's becoming a problem, if it's hurting the relationship, if it hurt the relationship, don't be afraid to call this number and get right. Like anything, a little bit's okay, but anything with an addictive like personality or whatnot like that is just a problem, no matter what it is. So make sure you get on top of it, take care of it, and we wish you all the best on it. So this is for fun. When I say I'm betting something, it's never more than $5, and it's just for me to enjoy watching the game with a little bit more extra in it. And if I lose, I'm more butthurt that I had the because my odds, dude. Let me tell you, the Steelers game, I bet a bet. I was taking like first quarter yards. Like I had like 18 legs wrapped up in this. $2. That was my bet. Would have won me $360. I didn't even come close. I didn't even come close, dude. It was so stupid.
So how many of Aaron Rodgers actually hit?
I bet Aaron Rodgers to rush for 5 yards, and that might have been the stupidest thing I could have ever done. But I was trying to bump up the odds. Like, what not? So I'm always butthurt how much money I could have won.
You could have been me with the alternate of Aaron Rodgers only had a throw for 150 yards. He didn't even get that.
That's tough. Yeah, it was a bad night for the Steelers. I seen it coming. Texans are the best defense in the league. Like, wasn't hard for me to see it. I didn't think they were going to blow them out, especially after CJ Stroud tried to throw it away. Whatever.
He gave the Steelers every single opportunity.
Yeah, but anyways, we love
Jake. Yeah, yeah. Especially whenever Jake actually wins us money, which didn't happen very often this year.
If you can't tell, I'm not having a great time.
Wait a second.
Now.
Hang on. You took the over. Oh, I'm feeling great. 5 units. 5 units on the under. I just won. Go ahead and pay my round, bro. Let's go. I'm feeling good.
But see, here's the thing.
I'm feeling good.
It's one of two directions. It's one of two directions. Most of the time, if me and Jake agree, we hit together. Last week we did not.
That face by Jake makes it seem like he knows that he messed up, bro.
This year was
Jake, you can change your mind right now.
No, okay? Don't do it. He's taking the over.
No,
I'm good.
Standing on business, but
right,
man, have I messed up this year. I did so good the first year. This year, we couldn't even get a winning record. So I want to put this, I don't know how many people are watching right now, but I want you all to know this. Next year, I will be I'll be better. I was
about to say, sir, we have a PG rating. Like, we can't have bear anything on this show. Like, we gotta make sure we're fully clothed.
He brings his bare head on all the time.
Yeah, that's why he wears the hat now. Kudos to him. I can't say anything. My forehead about bright as everything. I'll be blinding people with this thing. So no, Jake, we appreciate you, man. What a fun season it's been. And don't be a stranger. We'll probably bring you on throughout the year. If you don't mind talking basketball. I know March Madness is right around the corner. I know that's hard to think about, but it is. And then we got baseball season also starting about the exact same time. So we'd love to have you on and join us for a few shows.
And we're going to continue to talk about some football throughout the offseason as well. Because, I mean,
yeah, because I'm going to let y'all know when Ty Simpson transfers over to Tennessee. And
is he going to do that before or after he signs his NFL contract?
He won't even be in the draft, actually. So it'll be before. Yeah.
There we go. Now, Jay, appreciate you coming on. And we'll be talking to you real soon, man.
See y'all.
See you, man. All right. That's what I'm talking about. What a segment that was.
Yeah, absolutely. And, went in depth about some stuff, but, we got to talk about it. It's that type of season. It's talking season now, other than the national title game. So let's move right into our segment 2. And Skylar, do you want to give us our segment 2 sponsor?
Yeah, we'll do. And then I'll give you a game update on the basketball game as well. So P&L Business Services is our segment 2 sponsor. We know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have your time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper. Guys, if this is something you may need, they're based out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, right here, and about 30 minutes outside of Knoxville. And you just go online, pnlbusinessservices.com. Check out their website, see what they could do. I think they have some things set up to where you can actually contact their customer support. But I love the way they run their business because they run it like a big business. But like honestly, they have a location in Oak Ridge. You can walk in. It's just a family atmosphere there. It is a family-run business. A mother, son run that thing, and it's awesome. So, guys, if y'all think that could help you in your business and entrepreneurship, and the biggest thing you're struggling is the paperwork side of things, and especially this time of year, we're collecting all the tax paperwork, whatnot, and getting ready for that. That is no better opportunity than to have P&L Business Services help you guys out. So, thank you, P&L, for y'all's continued support, and also have really been supporting us since day one. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to give an update on the basketball game as Tennessee is not playing well, but they're playing okay to stay in the game. It is 60-59 at the moment at home. A&M just seems to consistently hit a shot when they have to hit it. And Tennessee's struggling, not playing their brand of basketball, searching and turning the ball over a lot from what I've been vaguely seeing. So I'm keeping an eye on it. But at the moment, with I think like 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes left to go in the game, we are down by 1.
Yeah, we do have Felix Opara at the line, though. But before we get into talking about some Lady Vols basketball, I do want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube page. As just on this live alone, we have gotten 2 more subscribers. We're up to 487. So we are 13 away from hitting that magic 500 number. So once again, if you are watching, please go over to the YouTube, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, it's completely free. It costs nothing to you. It's just to help us out, to get out to more people. But thank you to those of you who have subscribed to us so far since watching the show. But Skylar, going back to last Thursday, is I do not have the box score for the graphic for the screen, but Tennessee Lady Vols 90, Mississippi State 80, a big road victory for the Lady Vols last week as Mia Paldo in this contest kind of had her coming out party. She's finally starting to get comfortable
shooting that 3
for this Lady Vols team. 26 points. She was 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. More importantly, though, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. We've seen the Lady Vols, just like the men, struggle from the free throw line at times this year. And Mia Paldo has been a mainstay at the free throw line when she gets there, knocking down the majority of hers. So she had a fantastic night, getting 26 points, 3 assists, only 2 turnovers and 2 steals in the contest. Just a fantastic night from her as the Lady Vols had 4 players in double figures. Janiah Barker with 18 points in the contest. Talasia Cooper with 14 and Z Spearman with 14 as well. But the Lady Vols in this contest, pretty much from start to finish, controlled the game. Mississippi State really hung with them in the first quarter, just knocking down shot after shot. But Lady Vols finally separated after the first quarter, towards the end of the first quarter, and just held Mississippi State at bay from there to get this road victory in conference play.
Yeah, I think this is a game where you've seen turnovers, steals kind of play a role here. I mean, as it always will for the Lady Vols. I think they did a little bit better about not turning the ball over as much. I mean, they still turned it over 14 times, but to their credit, they forced Mississippi State to turn it over 16 times. So that's good to see, because with how fast Tennessee, the Lady Vols they play, a lot of times lead to a lot of turnovers and a lot of their sporadicness. I don't know the right word I'm looking for here, but it just seems like they're everywhere and not locked in. I felt like they did a little bit better job of that. I still feel like the defense is struggling a little bit in transition, but especially when we try to play, we try to play the press. It's easy for me to say, to where we get burnt and we don't do a great job of recovering from that. So if they ever break our press, it's almost a guaranteed like no contest layup for the opposing team. We got to do a little bit better about that. But overall, yes, the Lady Vols did a great job. Janiyah Barker's really taken over that leadership role in this team. I know Mia Paldo kind of had her breakout game, but Barker has been the consistent leading scorer and highest percentage scorer on this team really for the majority of the season.
Yeah, between her and Talaysia Cooper, they've just been the mainstays on this team for the majority of the season. Of course, Janiyah Barker, she seems like she's everywhere. She's getting assists, she's getting rebounds, she's getting her points as well. But another thing to help the Lady Vols in this contest is this was another one of those games where they actually shot the ball fairly well from beyond the arc, as they were 10 of 27 from the three-point line. That's 37%. And when you compare that to Mississippi State, who only shot 2 of 13, that was one of the difference makers in the game. Is it was a good thing as well, because Mississippi State shot 18 of 21, which is 86% from the foul line in this contest. But that's the one stat that really stands out as far as the difference between Tennessee and Mississippi State in this contest. As after the first quarter, Tennessee led 26-19. They outscored the Bulldogs 21-18, then 23-22. Then actually were outscored in the fourth 21-20. So by the end of that first quarter, kind of separating themselves a little bit, that really helped the Lady Vols to be able to pull this one out. As I believe this is one that they dropped last year on the road to Mississippi State, or it might have been Texas A&M. It was one of those two that they dropped the game on the road, and one that they should have won easily.
Right. But I mean, the Lady Vols doing exactly what they need to do. You got kind of a favorable start of the SEC slate, and they've gone through and I mean, we'll talk about the next game here in just a second, but they started out 4-0, exactly what you were looking for from the Lady Vols.
Yeah, his next contest, this was Sunday, as Tennessee welcomed in Arkansas to the Food City Center, and just dominant performance from start to finish, 85-50 the final score, in a game that you were without your leading scorer in Talaysia Cooper. As I know you mentioned Janiyah Barker, she's right up there with Talaysia Cooper, but without Cooper in this contest, and it was just another day where Mia Paldo had a game. Z Spearman really showed out
is what I needed to see.
But Jada Civil, the game that she played in this contest was unbelievable. You know, she's a very, very talented freshman, got her first start of the SEC play so far. She had 12 points. She shot 50% from the field, including 1 of 3 from the three-point line, had 6 rebounds, had 1 assist, and only 2 turnovers with 4 steals. She had a plus minus of 28 for the game. So for those of you that might not be basketball people, each player, when they're on the court, you get a plus minus based on how the team performs when you're on the court. So if the team's playing well and you're playing well as well, you're really being a difference maker on the court. You get a positive side of things as far as kind of a point differential between the Lady Vols and whoever the other team is. So basically, when Jada Civil was on the court, Tennessee outscored Mississippi State by 28 points.
That's wild.
And it was the second highest on the team, only behind Mia Paldo, who had a plus minus of 37.
No, that's insane. Quick little update. Gillespie just got an N1 to take the lead. He's still got to make the free throw to do so, but right now the game is tied at 63 with 2:53 left to go in the game. And again, he still has a free throw to make after getting the N1. So that's huge. So, yeah, I mean, Lady Vols just absolute BTA against Arkansas. Arkansas, not a good team. Probably the worst in the SEC.
They're in a rebuilding year for sure. They've got a new head coach. So yeah, definitely rebuilding.
Yep.
But Tennessee in this contest, they really took advantage of the turnovers. As the best game that Tennessee has had all season long as far as turnovers go, they only had 8.
Yep.
and they forced Arkansas into 26, and they turned it into 25 points off of those turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest difference in this game, in my opinion, because honestly, Tennessee didn't even shoot that well.
They did not.
But they got a lot of rebounds, and for that credit, Arkansas did too. But they shot the ball a lot. I mean, we're talking 81 total shots for the Lady Vols. That's quite incredible. So they got to do a little bit better. But overall, when you beat a team by 35, it's kind of hard to critique. I feel like I had to point out something. Texas A&M, as they've been doing all game, finds a way to hit a 3. They're now back up by 2. When they need a shot, they are getting it.
Yeah, absolutely. But this game, Z Spearman, she was 2 rebounds shy of a double-double, getting 20 points and 8 rebounds. Mia Paldo with 18 and 4 rebounds. Janiah Barker, 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And then Jada Civil, as I mentioned, 12 points and 6 rebounds in the contest. The only player that did not score in this game that got to see action on the court was Kaya Wynn. Everybody else scored in this contest. It was good to see Jersey Wolfenbarker back in there as well, as she's been dealing with an injury as of late. I believe Talasia Cooper. So I actually saw after the game, she took a ball to the head during the shoot around. And I don't know if it was off of a missed shot, if it was a pass or what, but she entered concussion protocol after that. So it must have been a pretty decent shot that she took to the head if she entered concussion protocol. But that's the reason she did not play. So hopefully, Tennessee does get this whole week off. They don't play again until Sunday, in which they play against Alabama. I believe that one is in Knoxville. Let me see about getting that pulled up real quick. But yes, they do get the entire week off before playing again on Sunday.
It's at Alabama.
So it's at Alabama.
Yep, 2:00 on the SEC Network on the 18th.
Yeah, and this game against Arkansas, it was We Back Pat night, and so will this game against Alabama. It'll also be a We Back Pat game. I expect to probably see the Lady Vols in their Summit Blue jerseys due to that.
This is a very important stretch of games for them, by the way. I love that they get the bye right here, but you're talking about going on a ranked road game against Alabama. You're home to play Kentucky, who's very much improved on the ladies' side for that Kentucky team. And then, again, this 3-game stretch where you then go to Ole Miss. Again, a very much improved team, which I felt like they were kind of decent last year anyway. So, very important 3-game stretch here that, in my opinion, you really need to go 2-1 at the very worst.
Yeah, I think that you can.
If you're trying to achieve the goals that you set out for yourself.
Yes, 100%. You definitely need to go 2-1. That Kentucky game, getting it at home is going to be better, but it's still going to be a tough contest. But you would really love to win that one and to get 1 out of 2 of the road games, as Ole Miss and Alabama both are on the road. But you said it. It's a very tough, very important stretch for the Lady Vols right there here. But I feel like they're finally starting to gel a little bit. I know that, like you mentioned, it's been some of the lower tier competition that they play in the SEC so far to start conference play. But you can see they're starting to play a little bit better if they could just get the turnovers under control. And as you mentioned, they've got to do better about getting back after pressing before they're really going to improve as a team, because it's just way too many wide open looks once the other team breaks the press.
I think we might have to take a 10-minute break, man. It's getting hard to stay locked in this conversation. I'm looking to my left here, and Texas A&M hit a 2 to go up, and it was I don't know. We go right down and hit a 3 and take another lead by 1 point. It's getting tight, boys. I'll keep y'all updated as we talk about it. But
we could give our best Bob and Bird impressions here and just start going play by play.
We can, but I don't know if we're lined up. I'm going. It looks like he's about to shoot a free throw. Somebody's about to shoot a free throw on my screen. I don't know what happened, but Texas A&M just lined it up. They just shot their first shot. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and he just knocked down his first one.
So, yep. Oh wow. So we are kind of lined up here.
We're pretty close on there.
Pretty lined up. So it's tied up, knotted up, 69 points apiece. What a second half it's been. Is the first half was just an absolute lackluster in points scored. Second half's picked up just a little bit. But man, really let down by Tennessee's offensive output so far in this game. What about you, man? I just thought I would have thought we'd have seen better after the absolute butt whooping they took at Florida. I would have thought they'd came back home and played a little bit more hot.
Yeah, I agree. I figured that we would see a little bit more. I don't know if it's a letdown spot after the butt whooping that they took or what exactly it is, but yeah, I would have expected to see
Now
a
A&M
little bit
is
better
what
play.
what I've been seeing is A&M is one of the most experienced teams in the SEC. They've got a lot of talent, a lot of experienced talent on this team, a lot of old guys, and maybe that's playing a role in the physicality of this team. As Tennessee just looks like they turned the ball over. So jump ball, Texas A&M ball as they're up by 1 with 55 seconds left. That's not what you needed there on the offensive side.
Yeah, Jacoby just trying to do a little bit too much, trying to pass out to Boswell, but trying to do it with one hand, a little shovel pass, and just that's not going to get it done against a team like A&M.
No, I wonder. And I'm interested to see if somebody got hurt in this game or something. I feel like we're seeing a lot of other names on the lineup this game in particular that you've not really seen a lot of the games. Like Henderson, I feel like he's played a lot more minutes than usual.
I feel like some of that is Rick Barnes just trying to give him an opportunity. I know he didn't get to play in the Arkansas game, and he actually personally apologized after the game to him. He said, "I feel like you've earned your minutes in practice, and I didn't give you a chance to show that." Great steal, great
Big
awareness
steal
by
by
Jacoby Gillespie, by the
Yep.
way. So
With 25 seconds left, they may play for the last shot. Oh my gosh, they went for the lob alley-oop and it got rejected. They got a foul. There we go.
yeah, but no, Troy Henderson, he's really stepped up in practice, and Rick Barnes rewarded him by giving him some playing time. And he hasn't played bad in his performances so far, but he hasn't just shown out kind of like Amari Evans has at times. But yeah, that just wasn't a good decision at all by Jacoby Gillespie. At that point, you've got to make a sure pass, and where most of the time a lob to Akpar is sure. In a game like this, you gotta
My
know
goodness.
exactly what you're doing. As
A&M is not
A&M.
hitting their free throws late in the game. They're keeping Tennessee in this game. I kept giving them compliments about how they kept hitting a big shot when they needed to, but here late in the game, I think I've seen A&M miss like 4 of their last 6 free throws. They got one more, of course, but it's still only a 1-point game. So now, no matter what happens, they're only going to be at worst 2 points down here.
Yeah, and Tennessee has 2 timeouts left. A&M
Which is
also
exactly
2
what it is.
timeouts.
71-69 with 16 seconds left. They're going to do a timeout here. Sorry that we pivoted the podcast over, but man, this is a great game. I hate that we're not playing as great. I mean, I really thought Tennessee as a 8.5 point favorite. I think they were pre-game. I kind of thought that's what they would do, but Tennessee, as usual, just not. And this is not necessarily I'm not going to go all in and throw in the towel and say that we're trash, even though I kind of joked about that at the very beginning of the show. I think this is one of those things where you just need to see good basketball, and then you just need to get hot at the right time. So I'm okay with us not playing the best basketball right now, but I do feel like we're a better team than A&M, and I don't like the fact that we're getting out physical.
Yeah, 100%. And while we got this timeout, I'm going to go ahead and give you our segment 3 sponsor, and that is going to be Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at KaizenPainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way. And I think you said it. Tennessee is being out physicaled in a game that they really shouldn't be out physicaled in. Is I feel like A&M, you mentioned it, they're very athletic. They're a experienced team, but Tennessee is a more physical team. But they're not playing like it. Texas A&M is playing like the more physical team.
We've been scared to go inside out. I feel like this entire game, and I thought that was our identity after playing.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like over the last couple of games, you've seen a regression for Tennessee where they're trying to go back and be more of that 3-point style team, and not so much.
Nate Ament pushes the
out.
floor and gets the foul. Almost got the N1. It was in and out. Nobody better at the line, right?
As of late, he's been a little bit better, and unfortunately on this one, I do think that even if he had gotten it to fall, they wouldn't have counted it because I think they called the foul on the first player instead of on the second one when he was shooting. But yeah, either way, Nate Ament.
He's 4 or 5 at the
line
floor,
for 2.
and none bigger than these two right here.
Yeah, big spot for the freshman here.
First one's in.
Up, knocked it in. So
let's go.
One more to tie it up here.
How nervous is he right now?
He's got to be pretty nervous, but he's also a baller. He's been in this situation before in high school. I know it. He's been in all these situations in AAU ball.
Yep. He's got to make
it.
He's got to make it.
Yeah, the big thing here, make or miss, you've got to get a big stop on defense and do it without fouling.
Make A&M pay for those missed free throws. No way.
Bishop Boswell, fantastic. Oh, and they call the foul on the baseline.
No shot.
Boswell getting to go to the line for 2 after a huge offensive rebound.
I'm not gonna say that was luck because that was a lot of effort, but my goodness, I thought we were cooked. G. Missed the second free throw. Come on, man, you can't do that. But he does get pushed by number 2. That's a legit foul. I mean, that is 100%. He got pushed in the back. You got to make these. Come on.
That's the type of player that Bishop Boswell is.
1 in. That's what I'm talking about. We are tied. Now freaking make the second one. I don't want to tie. I don't want an overtime game. No shot. Don't want that pressure. Come on.
I think this is a guy that you want at the line. He's not the best free throw shooter, but Bishop Boswell, he's just that guy.
Oh my gosh, he missed it. And it's off on, who do they call it? Off on A&M.
This one is going to get reviewed 100%, and I think they're going to find that it's going to be out on Jacoby Gillespie. I hope that that's not the case, but the way that he dove in like that.
Was his foot on the line, though?
Let's see what this replay shows.
So this guy was pretty close to that. No, he wasn't. I seen that second step right there, but
that could have actually been knocked off of his foot. I need another angle of this.
We got 9.8 seconds left. The game is tied at 71-71, and they are now reviewing who on the rebound on another missed free throw, by the way. That's something you can't do. Go 2 for 4 in a situation where you have the chance to take the lead late in this game, and you go 2 for 4 at the free throw line. That just can't happen.
Let's look at this right here. So the split box. So neither team's shooting well from the foul line, but
it does look like it's off it does look like it's off of A&M's hand. Last. No, it actually doesn't.
That's Gillespie.
Yeah, it's the
Gillespie got his hand in and knocked it out. But my thought was maybe it knocked off of his foot down there.
Right there at the bottom. Out. No,
100%. But it does miss.
It's A&M tie ball game. You cannot foul.
Yeah, you just got to get a stop right here. But yeah, that's Gillespie 100%. But neither team shooting well from the foul line. A&M 15 of 24, Tennessee 23 of 32, but it's these
32
these clutch free throws.
32 free throws, and you, oh my goodness. And I thought it was going to turn around when Jalen Carey, I think, was one of the first guys to get to the stripe, and he knocks them both down. I'm like, heck yeah, it's going to be different tonight. And nope, it wasn't.
But we haven't seen a whole lot of Jalen Carey in the contest. He's only played 17 minutes. He's got 6 points, 5 rebounds.
To be honest with you, man, he's not been that impressive late. He's not. He's physical, yeah, but he's almost like unathletic, I guess is the best way to put it.
And I also wonder,
terrible at shooting free throws.
I wonder how healthy JP Estrella really is. He's played 8 minutes in this contest. And I would figure that a guy like JP Estrella, that
would be your
it feels like he's an energy guy every time he steps foot on the floor. And granted, he's had a couple of off games, but I feel like that's a guy that you want on the floor as much as possible. So there's got to be something else going on that we don't know about, because of your 4 bigs that have been playing the majority of the season, Dwayne Brown has only played 5 minutes tonight. JP Estrella, 8 minutes.
So like, why are we starting him if we're only playing him 5 minutes? Like, I don't understand.
Jalen
it's almost like Rick Barnes doesn't even know what to do with it. Like,
the guys that have played the majority of the time on the floor, Jacoby Gillespie has played 38 minutes of this contest. Nate Ament, 33 minutes. Bishop Boswell, 32 minutes. Felix Okpara, 29. Troy Henderson has played 16 minutes in this contest tonight. Then Jalen Carey 17, Amari Evans with 11, and
I would say
Amari Abram with 10.
The bigs are also hurting in playing time because they moved, obviously, Nate Ament to the 4 spot. trying to kind of run a little bit more of a speed, smaller lineup, if you will call it that, just to give Nate a better matchup, I guess. Did they call that out on?
Looks like they called it out on Texas A&M, so it's going to be Tennessee basketball. Texas A&M loses their last time out.
I would have to
So
see.
I
I'd have
would
to see a
say
clear angle because that looked for sure like it was out on
I would
Gillespie.
say that's exactly what happened because the call on the floor was out on Texas A&M. There was no clear angle to
He's
see who
literally
it was
explaining it
out
to the
on.
coach right now. Yep, you seen him sitting there literally explaining the hand movement and how it hit the ball. Well, kudos to the call on the floor then, because I think that's exactly what happened. I don't have sound on, so I don't hear what's going on. But other news: Mississippi State beating Alabama 15-6 with 13-15 left to go in the first. So obviously still early in that game, but a lot of low scoring games here tonight.
So, Skylar, how do you feel about this lineup Tennessee's got on the floor for the final possession? You
I-
got Gillespie,
I
Troy
hate it.
Henderson, Nate Ament, Bishop Boswell, and J.P. Estrella.
I strongly hate it. You should have had 3 bigs here and you get to the basket. I'm sorry, but that's just how you. I don't like the 3-point.
No, you don't need
And
a
it's-
three-pointer.
It's and now we're in overtime. That was such a bad play. Like, I hate to be critical, but I'm not even a basketball guy, and that was awful. There was no intent to draw a foul there. How?
When it's a tie ball game like that, you have to try to get to the rim, and if you're not going to make the basket, at least get fouled. At least try for a foul at that point. I mean, you're 100% right. That was a terrible last possession, and in my opinion, I know Troy Henderson, he's played well in this contest, but you've got to put
Jalen Carey, JP
you've got to
Estrella,
put-
Para, all 3. Nate
Yes.
Ament, Gillespie. Like, and I would argue not even Nate Ament. In my opinion, the kid's
I
not
would say
clutch.
Bishop Boswell.
Yes, the kid's not clutch. Put in Boswell. Boswell freaking put his head down and work around those screens. Absolutely. There's no reason we didn't have all 3 of our bigs on the floor right there. No reason.
I would either go with that lineup, or I would say you have Okpara, you have Estrella, Gillespie, Boswell, and then Ament. If
Sure,
I was going to
whatever.
leave any of those bigs off,
you
I
had-
would leave
you
Jalen
had
Carey, but I
JP
would
Estrella
definitely have both
only.
of those.
You
Yes.
had JP Estrella only on that lineup right there. And I hate to say this because, I mean, I get it. Rick Barnes is the GOAT, man. I just not agreeing with a lot of these moves here.
Yeah. But as overtime's about to start, let's talk a little bit about last week's games, even though they weren't the greatest games.
They were terrible.
As,
One was great. One was
I was
terrible.
going to say, we'll start with one that you actually got to see in person, as Tennessee did show that they were the real UT, getting a big 85-71 win against Texas last Tuesday night, a game that Tennessee shot very well from the field overall. I mean, 53% from the field, 29-55, 40% from the three-point line, 6 of 15, shot 72% from the foul line. You can't ask for much better overall. Would have liked to see the numbers a little bit better from the foul line, but only 13 turnovers. But here's the difference. You had 13 turnovers. Texas scored 13 points off of them. Texas had 16 turnovers, and you scored 27 points off of those turnovers. That's
right.
the biggest difference in the game that led to Tennessee getting the victory. And not only that, Jacoby Gillespie having a career night, 34 points, 12 of 18 shooting. And at one point, it seemed like he could not miss and would not miss from the three-point line, as he just unconscious, 5 of 8 for the game.
It was fun to watch him get hot because you felt it in the stands. Like it was like a shot went up and you're just like, yeah, why not? And then like you would hit it and it's like, why not? And, like I was screaming that. And like the bank shot 3 that he hit, I was just like, man, that's just unfortunate for Texas.
That's what I think it was. I think it was Jimmy Dykes, one of the ones on the call, and like he threw it up, and it's like, no way. Oh, kind of like what you said. It was like, why not at this point?
That's right.
Great
Nate Ament with a drive,
turnaround
turnaround jumper. We are up 73-71 now, but yeah, it was a great game, but no doubt about it. This was kind of a win-man show. I hate to put it like that because you did have several people in double-digit scoring, but my goodness, was this just thank you, Jacoby Gillespie, and this is what we needed to see out of him a lot more often. But you can't expect that type of performance every game. I get that, but at the end of the day, like that urgency and that sense of swag and that confidence that he had shooting the ball is something that was really, really nice to see in person.
Yeah, and I think that was a good thing for Tennessee. But it also could be a bad thing for Tennessee because if Jacoby Gillespie is going to have games like this, then it could lead to Tennessee thinking that they need to rely on him more for scoring
No,
instead
no,
of doing what they
it
have
don't need to
been
be a
doing
Dalton
all
Connect
season.
story where everybody's just watching Jacoby do his thing. No, Jacoby was able to do his thing because you had bigs that were being physical. You had, Jalen Carey with 10 points, and he was getting points down, getting fouled. I mean, he had 7 free throws. You had Estrella, 6 free throws, getting fouled. The inside out game that I felt like that was our identity is the reason why Gillespie was able to do that. And yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So let's go to a game that unfortunately did not look good for Tennessee, and I won't talk much about this one at all because it was just ugly. But Tennessee going up against Florida in Gainesville, 91-67, the final. Florida gets the victory, and this is one that Tennessee played well at the beginning, and it was back and forth, and then it got to about the 8-minute mark of the first half, and it
It was
just fell apart. I mean, Tennessee forcing up threes that just would not go down. 9 of 30 from the 3-point line in this contest. Let me see.
Yeah. And what up?
Is that right?
What's that?
No, Florida was 9 of 30. Tennessee was 6 of 15, but 19 of 29 from the foul line. Just getting out rebounded 41-30 in a game that's,
No. You're not even. No. Not even any of that. I mean, yes, getting out 18 turnovers, buddy.
The 18 turnovers and
points
30
off of turnovers.
points off turnovers.
Yeah, as I'm saying, the points off of turnovers. That is where this game just got out of hand. You can't turn over. They had, I think, 10 turnovers in the first half, and that's and really like 5 of those were in the final, 5-6 minutes. So that's where this game got really tilted on its head. And again, Gillespie was kind of cold. I mean, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. That's literally the worst recipe for a nightmare for Tennessee is turnovers and then your best shooter just not on at all, and that's exactly what you got. Florida didn't even have a world beater of a game, man. They just rebounded and forced some steals because they shot 48% from the field. Yes, that's really good, but 30% from 3. Like they didn't shoot the ball lights out. They were just physical, man. They were just physical, beat us up down low, and it was hard to watch a Rick Barnes led team just again, kind of the same thing we're watching tonight, just get beat in the paint over and over and over again.
One bright side for Tennessee, though, Nate Ament finally showing up a little bit for the first time in several weeks.
Did you not feel like that was like I hate to say all for nothing, but did you not just feel like it didn't matter?
It kind of felt
because I do feel like 6 to 8 of his points came in the second half when they were already down by 30, and it was just like, nah, okay. Like I don't know. It just to me it felt like okay, cool. I'm glad he scored, but I don't know. It almost felt like in football terms it was garbage time touchdowns when you're already down by 40. Is what it felt like to me.
I do feel like unfortunately that Florida's starting to hit their stride. They struggled early because their backcourt was not doing very well, even though their front court returned most of them. I mean, Hall from last year, Alex Condon, Chinyelu, all of them from last year's national championship squad have been playing pretty well all season long. But Boogie Flan, the transfer from Arkansas, really showed up and showed out. 23 points, 9 of 13 from the field. They're starting to get some players all around the other guys as well. They're stepping up. Florida had 6 guys in double figures in the contest. Everybody that scored in the contest except for one scored in double figures. So they're getting it all the way around. I think Florida's about to start hitting their stride, and it's going to be unfortunate for teams like Tennessee that are looking to, take that top spot if it came available. But let's. I don't have much else on this one. Let's just enjoy the last couple of minutes of this contest.
Yeah, let's just finish the show, finishing the game, and Tennessee's slowed it down a lot because they got an initial bucket early, and they have just been riding it as Mississippi State's missed their last 3 shots. Tennessee just kind of holding the ball, then pumps up a 3 and misses. The decision there is not smart, but they got the rebound and then it got stolen. The decision to jack up a 3 there with time on the clock, just in my opinion, just not it. A 2-pointer gets you up by 2 possessions. Why are we not trying to attack the basket here?
And once again, this is a lineup that Tennessee has in that I don't feel like is good for what you need. And there's a a foul that Jacoby Gillespie got right there that you really did not need.
Nope.
Trying to go for a steal that was, out of your reach. Really, now you're putting A&M at the line for 2 shots with a chance to tie the game up.
And they're going to now. I mean, out of all the missed free throws they've had, they're going to make these. Like, man, it's just late game is just not good. Not good. You've had so many chances. I mean, you had 3 different possessions to go up by 2 possessions right there, and couldn't get it done.
I feel like this is a situation where,
first
I like Troy Henderson, and I feel like he's going to be a fantastic player for Tennessee, but I think you need a guy with more experience in the ball game. I think this is where you need to put in, keep Okpara out there because he's a defensive specialist. He can also give it to you or get you stuff on the offensive side.
Man, they made both of them tie ball game. Yeah, to your point though, Henderson jacking up the 3 there. Like, Jacoby Gillespie's earned that trust.
Yeah, Henderson, that's a freshman that is putting up a shot that Rick Barnes is going to let him hear about later. That's a shot that Tennessee does not need. But I feel like you just need somebody else on the court as far as either a JP Estrella, a Jalen Carey, somebody like that on the court instead of Henderson. That was a foul. They did call it. Okay. I was going to say Nate Ament put up a shot in the paint there.
These, bro. Yeah,
that he got hit on the elbow.
You missing that second free throw is the reason why we're in overtime to begin with. Come on now.
Between his and Bishop Boswell's.
Yeah, true. Yeah, going 50% on the last fourth. I mean, that just can't happen. There you go, kid. Get hot.
I do like the aggression that Nate Ament is starting to play with now. Getting to the middle of the floor.
Yep. I call it the Dalton Connect jumper because it's almost like he just tries to get about 10, 15 feet away and then pops up. And he's so bigger than everybody else on the floor that it's almost a clean shot every time.
Yeah. And he's very smooth with it too. I feel like that's probably the best part of his game is that little mid-range pull-up.
Yes, he hit both of them. That's what I'm talking about. Tennessee with a 75-73 lead with 1:22 left to go in the ball game as A&M has the ball now.
So at this point, you need to. I'm surprised that did not get called a foul.
Okpara about knocked him over, but it led to an easy layup for A&M.
That's one that if you're Okpara, you don't need to help out on. You need to follow your guy and trust that your guard can hang with whoever that is coming off the screen.
1 minute left, 75 all. Tennessee slowing it down now at the front court. Bishop Boswell kicks out to Henderson, kicks out to Gillespie, who pops it and misses the shot from mid-range in the paint.
Yeah, we got about 40 seconds here.
And there's the 3 that's going to – oh, no, they missed it. My goodness. Battered ball syndrome there. I thought they were about to nail that. I mean, it was a wide-open 3. I can't believe they even got that kind of look. It looks like Barnes is playing for the last shot or close to it. They got 3 seconds differential between the shot clock.
I feel like you need to wait. I feel like you need to wait till about.
Can we not attack the basket
shot
here?
Clock, and then you need to call timeout if you're Rick Barnes.
Can we not attack the shot? Like, can we please attack the basket here?
He's gonna let him play.
Can we please attack the basket? 4, 3, 2. Get it to Nate Ament, who puts it up and doesn't get the bounce. My goodness, we're in the second overtime. Golly. It literally bounced on the front or the right side of the rim, then the back side of the rim, then the left side of the rim, and did not go in for Nate Ament, which was a terrible shot. I mean, he was double covered. He was still able to get it off, which is crazy. But, I mean, how do you not kick it back out right there if you're playing that type of ball? Wow, that literally bounced on the rim 3 times. My goodness.
So, that to me, that's one of those situations where I'm going to trust Rick Barnes because, he's a fantastic coach. But is that not a situation where you kind of want Rick Barnes to call timeout and set up a play? Because how good is Rick Barnes when it comes to under out of bounds plays, sideline plays, something like that to get a basket? I feel like that's a situation that you want him to call that timeout. You want to set something up. I feel like you've got a better chance than just running a play with them out there.
Buddy, if we're really being honest here, I've not agreed with a lot of what we're doing here late in the game. Like, it's not been you have both teams combining to go 2 of 13 in overtime on field goal. Like, it's just you finally get A&M not hitting shots and you can't capitalize on that. I think that may come back and bite us in the second overtime.
Yeah, it very well could, but looks like they are going to bring in Jalen Carey now. I just saw,
How have they not been able to? I mean, you got to
yeah,
play big, man. You got to play big. So, do you want to keep watching this, or do you want to wrap up the show and watch overtime on our own count? That way, if we lose, we can say whatever we want to say and whatever. It's up to you. But Tennessee football 247, man. It's good to have you back in the chat. Says, come on, man, please. I know it's a tight game, a game that shouldn't have went into overtime in my opinion, but it is what it is. Part of it.
yeah. Let's watch this one out, and if it looks like it's
Hey.
starting to get ugly, we'll just sign off real
I was
quick.
about to say, brave man, you are brave man to see our reactions here live. If the things just don't go our way here, A&M starts off with an easy. Oh no, that's a replay. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that was the replay, but that's 100% where I feel like Akpar should have stayed with his man.
Yep.
Let Troy Henderson kind of go underneath that screen there. As
All
it
right,
looks
tip
like
off.
we got Estrella in
And he
there.
wins that, baby. Let's go. Gillespie.
This is a lineup that I love. You need to have your guards in there that you know can score, and you need your guys on offense down low that can score as well.
Strong to the basket.
Fantastic play right there.
75-77 Vols, and wide open three for A&M, and they're gonna miss that one too. But they get the rebound, man. They get the offensive rebound and the foul. It looks like it's gonna be 2 free throws for A&M.
Yeah, that was 100% on Gillespie there. He was waiting on somebody else to come down and pick up the man in the corner where, if you see a guy wide open like that, pick him up. Y'all can swap later.
Amazing that Demant didn't get fouled there. A lot of contact there down low. It looks like A&M missed the first free throw. Ooh, that was a weird looking shot. Almost soft. Just looked like he didn't want to shoot it almost, but it is a big guy. So a guy that you want, if you're Tennessee, a guy that you put on the line is somebody you want on the line. He's not a guard. He's, I'm sure his free throw percentage isn't near as high.
Nate Ament with 19 points in the contest, 6 of 13 from the field.
And he does make the second free throw. It is 77-76 with 4:35 left to go. Man, I mean, maybe too much to ask for, but I'd really love for Tennessee to put together a couple of possessions here and just really stop making this a one-possession game, right?
Yeah, and I don't want them to jack up any three. I think you still run the offense like you did last time. I love this little 4-down offense that they're running. So they have 2 post players start off on the block with the guards below them, screen to send them out. Surprised that wasn't called an offensive foul on Nate Ament there. Great offensive rebound by Estrella. Going back up strong. Tip in, no. Jalen Carey now. Oh, there's no way they're calling that a jump ball.
And possession arrow, Texas A&M.
But I feel like Tennessee needs to stick with that offense. So what they're doing there is they're having 2 post players start off just above the block with the guards below them. They're screening to allow the guards to go out towards the wings. And then it's kind of like a 2-man game on the outside. As they changed it about halfway through the possession, threw it to Nate Ament out on the wing and kind of let him go to work. But I like the little two-man action that they've been running over the last couple of possessions. I feel like you need to keep that up if you're going to have a chance at successful offense going forward in this overtime.
A&M with the ball now, and they're wide open 3 again. It's just, and they drain it. I mean, the so many open looks that they're getting is just insane. Like, what is our defense doing?
I feel like the defense is doing a little bit too much switching. At some point, you've got to start trying to get through screens and stuff yourself, and not rely so much on the switch.
Nate Ament driving to the basket. He gets an easy 2. That's what I'm talking about. It's all tied up at 79 with 3:22 left to go in the ball game. Texas A&M is bringing it up the court very slowly.
I feel like we're seeing Nate Ament grow up right in front of our eyes here in this.
He has scored
in these last 2 overtime periods.
Yeah, the graphic just pulled up on the game that he has scored every single point for Tennessee in overtime. That's not what you really want, but it's nice that he's stepping up. That I thought
Great
was a travel.
defense by
I thought that was a travel all day long. It looks like they're gonna
They're going to call that on Texas A&M there. I think that's a fantastic call, too. You see Boswell
They're going to review
trying
it.
to go after that ball, and he's being held back by the Texas A&M player, and he's got to watch out and not get a technical here.
Oh, okay, so they called the foul because Boswell. Yeah, because it was out on Boswell 100%.
With Boswell trying to go after it, and you see that arm reach out and grab there as Boswell's going after it to try to prevent him from get the ball. And it does look a little bit more in that replay like he's just following down and kind of trips. He kind of trips Boswell too, but you could see his arm reach out and kind of grab him on the way down. Boswell in a similar situation to end of regulation. He knocks down the first one.
A guy that, if you're Tennessee, again, a guy that you want at the stripe. Jalen Carey, I'd be a little nervous here, but Boswell, I feel pretty confident in him making 2 of 2 here, and he does just that. So Tennessee leading 81-79.
Boswell with a double-double on the night. That makes 14 points. He's got 11 rebounds tonight.
Sports Animal better watch out. We're coming from Mike Keith's job out here. No, I'm joking. Again, defense has tightened up. It almost looks like they're running a little bit more of a man press. I don't know what you call that in basketball terms, but they are absolutely all over the ball now.
Yeah, just playing.
Jalen Carey almost got a steal. Forced a bad 3, and they get the offensive rebound. Oh, and a block by Nate Mint.
Great job by Nate Mint there.
You got to get the ball up the court, kid. Come on now. 5 seconds. That a boy. Way to get the ball up the court. Wow. What a play. Nate Mint, like you said, growing up right in front of our eyes. Just absolute SWAT team out there after they got the offensive rebound.
I mean, at this point, Nate Mint's got the high. He is lucky he's not being called for carrying because he's just palming the basketball.
Don't everybody do that, though. I mean, if we're being, he pulls the 3. I don't know if I like that call there, but he was feeling it.
He had to at that point. There's only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, but great job by Jacoby Gillespie coming down. Not a lot of awareness.
Did that not look Zakai Ziegler-ish? Sneaking up behind him like that and just coming out of nowhere, taking the ball away. What a steal. All right, Tennessee up by 2 with the ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:25 left to go in the game. Trying to fight off a screen. He trips. He stumbles. He hits a turnaround fade. It's going to be an air ball, but rebound.
That one was blocked.
He's got to get it up. And it goes in as the shot clock expires.
Great job by Jalen Carey. They're actually going to call a shot clock violation here, but they're going to go and they're going to look at this. But he clearly,
as long as it leaves his hand, right?
It's as long as he leaves his hand, and it looks like it left his hand. It was actually
on the rim,
almost about to sit on the rim.
Yeah, he had to get the ball up quick because when Jacoby missed, they only had like 2-3 seconds left. But that ball appeared to be on the rim when the light went off on the scoreboard. If it stands, Tennessee will be leading 83-79 with 1:14 left to go in the game. Got a lot of people watching on YouTube. We appreciate it. Sorry, we're just kind of doing a play-by-play here on the game. If we could stream it, we would, I promise, but we can't. But we didn't want to end the show because we were already in the middle of this thing and seeing how close this basketball. We were so distracted from our topics in the show that we were like, man, we just got to watch the game. So it's just unfortunate timing here for us. But, man, what a game this has turned out to be. And that ball is absolutely out of his hand on the rim as that shot clock went off. So it should stand. Tennessee should be up by 4 here.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's huge for Tennessee, getting a 2-possession lead now.
On a 6-0 run now here.
Yeah, you just got to keep doing what you've been doing on the defensive side here. You've got to make sure that you play tough defense, force Texas A&M to take a tough shot, do not foul, and then focus on boxing out and getting the rebound there. Because now Texas A&M has to foul you. You've got the game in the bag. You just can't mess it up. And for those that are watching on YouTube, if you have not subscribed to us,
do it.
You please subscribe.
They don't sign you up for anything
as well. Yeah, does not sign you up for anything. Does not cost you anything. It just helps us out. We're
trying to get to 500.
We are 13 away from 500 subscribers, so it just helps us get out to more people as well.
And we are 1:13 away from a win in Knoxville, a much needed bounce back win for Tennessee as well. So. An A&M team that's not a bad team. Started out 3-0 in the conference, and they're driving to the basket. Looks like it's going to be an easy 2. Oh, nope, he missed, but they got fouled. He got fouled. unfortunately. So that's what I'm saying that Tennessee should have been doing late in the game in regulation is getting to the basket.
Yep.
Because even if you don't make it, you get that foul there. And when it was a tie ball game, that foul's huge. You could have went up by 1-2 points with 3 seconds up to go in the game. Put a lot of pressure on A&M. But
yeah, because now all the pressure is on A&M. You know, he's got to knock down 1 or 2 of these to make it a 1-possession game, and he knocks down the first one, no problem there. But yeah, all the pressure right now is on A&M going forward. Tennessee just has to keep playing their game. But, you know, we've been talking about YouTube as well. If you do feel like helping us out as well on the Facebook side, we're only 4 likes, 4 followers away from 500 on the Facebook side of things too.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A&M misses the second free throw. Tennessee leads by 3 with 1:03 left as Boswell is taking it up the court. Man, what a job Boswell's done this year is just being a leader. A lot more of a play. I'll tell you, this time last year, Boswell, in my opinion, was just another defensive player in my mind. Like another guy that just wasn't going to do anything for you offensively, but man, you better hope he does a lot on defense.
Do you feel like he's going to be more of a guy by the end of his career, kind of like Jemai Meshack? He's going to be a fantastic defender, but he's also going to give you quite a bit on the offensive side as well.
And I don't even know if quite a bit's the right term because honestly, Jemai Meshack wasn't a big scorer either, even though I felt like he was our best 3-point shooter. He just wouldn't pull the trigger. But he might just make the plays that you need to win some big games. You know what I mean? Like just enough.
Yeah.
Like Meshack's just half quarter against Alabama. Just insane. I think Boswell could not Jordan Gainey kind of player where late in the game you just kind of turn to him. Now Gainey had a way better jumper in my opinion, but a guy that just was kind of an underthought for most of his career, but just ends up being kind of like one of the guys. I loved Gainey. I loved his time here, and I thought he was honestly a special player. But I think he just got I think he got overshadowed by some of the best players in the game, which is unfortunate. But no, I think Boswell is 100% from year one or I'd say year 1 to year 2, but from last year to this year.
He's without
my
a
mind has changed.
Improved player.
Yeah, my mind has changed about him a ton. Just again, confidence is a big role in basketball. He just looks like he belongs now. I felt like last year he was almost like stage fright. Like
it looked that way at times. And I will say one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed in with him is I feel like we're going to get a little bit better ball handler than we have so far from him. I feel like he's kind of regressed a little bit in his ball handling. You know, you saw right there going up the sideline where he was a little bit loose with it there.
He ended up calling timeout.
Yep. I love the timeout that he called. He knew that he was going to get into trouble right there. They came over with the trap. You've got 3 timeouts at that point. Go ahead and waste one. That way you can set up something here and try to get you a basket.
You have to get 2 here.
Game again.
You have to get 2 here.
Or at the very least, you got to go 1 of 2 at the worst from the foul line.
Nate Ament, you mentioned coming on strong as of late. They just put up another graphic where he's got 8 points in overtime, 13 points in regulation. I mean, in crunch time, exactly what you need from your young baller.
Yeah, 21 points from Nate Ament on the night. He's 7-9 from the foul line as well.
That's huge. I mean, still not. You still could be improved. I mean, 8 of 9. I'm not saying he needs to go perfect, but pass back to him. That was clean. If that was late in the shot clock, that'd have been a good look.
I feel like you keep the ball in his hands right here because he's got the hot.
They're going to try to double him, right? Nope. What a pass. Oh, and then Gillespie fumbles it at the rim. Unbelievable. Can't have that, man. Turnovers.
Now Texas A&M are going to call a timeout with 37.9 seconds left to try to.
Did they play for 2 or 3 here? I mean, A&M's shot the 3 exceptionally well in this game. So, I mean, you kind of have a feeling they may shoot up a quick 3. And that way, if it doesn't go in, they kind of play that foul game or whatnot. But what are your thoughts?
So you can play it one of 2 ways here. I think with 37.9 seconds, you try to play for a quick 2, and then you try to get a stop and force Tennessee into another turnover, and then you've got the entire playbook at your disposal.
I agree with that.
If you want to play for the 3 here, you know, you try to run a play. I still would try to go with a quick 3 once again.
100%.
You know, set something up, go quick, and then
that way you can still try to play defense and get that stop rather than having to immediately just foul just to get the ball back, right?
Yeah, because you've got 7.9 seconds here that you can set something up, and every coach has got a play in their playbook for a quick shot from the sideline right here. And I think Texas A&M's got to go with something, whether it be a 2 or a 3. That way, you give your team a chance to play defense. You try to keep them in the backcourt, force a turnover, and if they get across the half court line, then you foul Tennessee at that point and try to make them beat you from the foul line.
Whew, I feel bad for any under bettors in this game. Unfortunately, with 2 overtimes, it has hit the over at this point. I feel very bad for anybody who took the under in this game because with Tennessee basketball, it's almost a guaranteed to bet the under.
So it looks like they're going to play it out here, and they're going to see what they can get. They're not going to go with a
at
quick
this point.
hitter.
Yep, at this point, they're not going to be able. They're going to have to foul. But they really drove the basket. Miss a shot, rebound, carry. Let's go. Game over. Well. Hold up. They fouled Carey.
Carey's good for 1 of 2 at the foul line, which turns it into a 2-possession game.
I'm not so confident, man. He is 47% for a reason. That means he's missed both before, okay?
I think he goes up there and he makes 1 or 2, but that was a great job by Boswell, by the way, of not fouling, just straight up, not putting his body on him, just making the A&M guy try to do the work, trying to do it all himself there. Instead of giving him 2 shots at the foul line and possibly even just 1 shot by him making the basket.
He nails the first one. That a boy.
I told you he's good for 1 of 2. Now we just need a bonus here.
He might go 2 of 2. That was a smooth shot. I mean, that was nothing but net on the free throw. He's actually brought his percentages up. He's 3 of 3 tonight. He's up to 51%. That a boy.
He's 100% missing this foul shot.
Oh yeah, every time. It's without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. They got to shoot a quick shot here, right?
I mean, you got to get a quick shot, whether it's 2 or 3.
That's terrible.
That was very unfortunate right there for Gillespie because he was already falling, and it just so happened that Gillespie ended up pushing him down as well. And Jacoby Gillespie just fouled out of the game.
He did.
That's huge.
I'm sorry, but that's a bad foul. There's no reason to be that on top of him while he's driving. At that point, you rely on your bigs that crash down to block that shot if he goes for the layup. But, I mean, you can't give away a free throw here. You can't stop the clock.
But once again, you look there, the A&M guy was already slipping. And because Gillespie had his body on him, D'ing him up there, it caused him to lose his balance as well and basically pushed him the rest of the way down to the floor. So it's unfortunate that foul was called, but it was 100% the right call.
And, yes, if this goes into a third overtime, God forbid, Gillespie won't be a part of that.
Yeah, and we'll be signing off if it goes to a third overtime. So
yeah, because at that point that'd be an ultimate choke job by Tennessee going up 2 possessions with 16 seconds left to go in the game, and it is now Carey just came out your best rebounder, I would say. Maybe not. Akpar has been really good on the board.
You got Akpar and you got Estrella in there to rebound.
I'm surprised he didn't miss that shot on purpose. Have you not seen that where they're down by 3 or 1 possession or whatnot? They try to get the ball back real quick just to.
So here's what A&M's going to do. They're going to play for the quick steal. If they don't get the steal off the first pass,
they're fouling.
They're going to trap, and then they're going to try to foul.
He's got to get rid of the ball. Got to get rid of the ball. Got to get rid and timeout. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great job by Nate Ament. You know, you got 2 timeouts in your back pocket. So if you can't get the ball in, you've got to make sure that you don't get that 5-second call and give it right back to A&M. But Rick Barnes is guaranteed drawing up something to get one of his guys open, because that's all you really got to do is just get the ball in. You would love for it to be probably to Bishop Boswell. He's one of your best free throw shooters. Maybe even something for JP Estrella. He's a very good free throw shooter as well. I would almost have somebody besides Nate Ament throwing the ball in, though, because Nate Ament, he's got the hot hand. He is 7-9 from the foul line so far tonight. I feel like that's a guy you want from the line as well. So you're probably either going to go with either have Nate Ament throw the ball in, get it quickly to somebody and get it right back to Ament, or you've got somebody else throwing the ball in trying to get it to Nate Ament at this point. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Probably got JP Estrella or Felix Akpara throwing the ball in trying to get it to Nate Ament.
Tennessee's got to win this one.
Yeah, JP Estrella.
And he can't even get it in. Oh, my gosh. They trapped. Oh, he spun out of it. Good job, Nate.
Now that A&M's got a foul and they do, 12.7 seconds, and you're sending Nate Ament to the line for 2 shots.
Got to make them both, though. You can't even give them an opportunity to make this a one-possession game. What a spin, though, by Nate to get out of that trap.
Just looking at the bottom of the screen, I feel like Florida really is hitting their stride now as they're beating Oklahoma at halftime, 46-24 on the road.
Yes, and also what a comeback for Alabama. They were down at one point, I think, 13 points to Mississippi State. They are now up by 2 at halftime. So I mean, I know it was early in the game, but even mid first half, Alabama was actually down double digits and found a way to get hot there late in the half. So Alabama, Florida playing really, really well. I don't think good shot. All right, so he's 1 of 1. I don't even think. I mean, I do think Tennessee's not played their best game tonight. I do think we're not giving Texas A&M credit enough for how good of a team that they may actually be.
Texas A&M has got a good team. It's down from where they have been in the last couple of years, but they're a very scrappy team, that's for sure. And those scrappy teams, those are the ones you don't really want to face a lot of times.
Boom, he makes them. The last 4 free throws for Nate Ament are money, as Texas A&M is letting the ball roll as far as they can, and they're going to pop up a quick 2 just to try to get it. And they block and they foul Jalen Carey. Look at that, 7 seconds left.
So
Starting to feel it.
The only thing I didn't like about that defensive possession there for Tennessee, I would have rather had Bishop Boswell just let the guy go in for that layup, because that could have very well been called a foul on Bishop Boswell, sending the guys in line for 2, and you're up by 4 at that point. A 2 doesn't hurt you as bad as 3 would. You know what I mean there? Because if you foul and the guy ends up making it and goes to the line for a free throw, then it's a 1-point game. But now, obviously the foul doesn't get called. You got Jalen Carey going to the line for 2. And really, 2 shots here, if he knocks both of them down, would probably seal the deal for Tennessee.
I think if he just makes 1, it's pretty much over. I think the chances of A&M making a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer and Tennessee not making another basket with 7 seconds up to go, I mean, and Jalen Carey, as always, money on the first shot, probably going to miss the second one. Oh, no, he's got to go 2 for 2 today. He's got to. I feel it. He's making this one. I believe. You trust. Never does it, dude. I'm telling you, it's so bad. He always misses the second one. 4, 3, 2.
Just let him go at this point. Do not foul.
My goodness, ball. Did they just get a jump ball? Boswell just stole it.
They called it out of bounds on Boswell there, but
I thought they called a jump ball. Possession
at this point, let them inbound it and just let them do whatever they need to with it, because it's gonna run the clock out. And Tennessee is going to go ahead and they're going to get a big conference win at home. As Tennessee's next game.
It does look like that was all ball. Now, he might have been out of bounds, but it does look like the ref pointed.
Yeah, it was all ball. That's for sure. But Tennessee welcomes in Kentucky on Saturday to Kentucky to
there we go,
to the Food City Center at Thompson Bowling Arena on Saturday. That game
is at
12
prediction?
Eastern on ESPN.
What is up with these noon games on Saturday, dude? That might actually be a blowout. Tennessee, I think, dribbles Kentucky. I think Kentucky's that bad. I think Kentucky's that bad.
I mean, they're not playing good, but you say that, and that would be the one game that Tennessee just loses.
No, you can't say the one game because, buddy, we just got dribbled by Florida. So, no, it wouldn't be the one game.
The game that they lose that they shouldn't.
I think it's a matchup nightmare for Kentucky. A&M throws up a prayer 3. It doesn't matter. Tennessee wins by 5 in second overtime, 87-82. The good guys get the victory, and what a game, man. I'm sorry that we kind of had to reroute the show here. So if you're listening to this later on podcast, I hope you just enjoyed rerun of the commentary. Yeah. Let us know how he did. Do not compare us to the
Vol Fanatics play-by-play compared to the actual Vol Network play-by-play.
Right here on the Vol Fanatics Show. No,
right. But no, appreciate everybody sticking with us that did through the end of this ball game, stuck with us through the entire show as well for all the things that we talked about. Going from transfer portal to Tennessee's quarterback for next season, talking about Lady Vols, and then talking a little bit about Vols as well as going through the last 15 minutes of the ball game when you include the last 5 minutes of regulation and then both overtimes here.
Nate Ament, MVP of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Rhonda says, "Go Vols always. Great job, guys." Rhonda, appreciate you sticking with us. Start to finish.
Always here. Always here, Rhonda is. Rhonda and Matt have done a great job, and I feel like they even like say hey to each other in the chat when they get here. I mean, I just love having you guys here. Had a lot of new commenters on the show. Loved having y'all here. We appreciate every single minute of it.
Yeah, 100%. But Skylar, you got anything else before we close out tonight's show?
No, I hit the over.
There you go.
But
doesn't happen often. Whenever I
parlayed it with Tennessee to cover 8.5, though, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all good though. We hit the over. Tennessee hitting the over is like never happened, so that's kind of cool.
You know the hotline number, by the way, don't you? So
yeah, I lost $2.75. I think I'll be okay. I guess I just won't go buy a pack of chewing gum tomorrow. That's just a slap on the wrist. So there it is. No, y'all have a great night. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, go Vols, everybody.